And joining us now to discuss the unwieldy challenges facing Greek banks is Benjamin Alderson of Devere USA. Thanks for joining us, Ben. Welcome to Arise Xchange.
Hi.
Okay, so you've heard everything that's going on. Let's first talk about what's going on today. Are we closer to a deal, do you think, or further away?
I think we're getting closer. I mean, I think at some point they've got to get around the table. There does tend to be the deadline from time to time, but I think this is getting straight to the heart of the matter now, and I think that this deadline, particularly the IMF, is one that something has to give one side or the other.
And you're saying that there's a 50-50 chance of Greece leaving the Eurozone, but not necessarily because they're going to default. Explain that.
Well, I think this issue has now become more a political one than it is a financial one. The lenders to the Greek banks, the ECB primarily, the IMF, different government sectors who've extended loans to the Greek, but typically, I think the decision whether they default or not will be down really to more a political one. Whether Germany finally loses patience, or the German electorate, or the main players in Europe suddenly turn around and say, okay, no more, enough is enough. They're not reforming quickly enough. They're not going to be serious about making the reforms that they need to be at a structural level to move on.
There's an argument that it might be good for Greece in the long term to default, that we'll have some pain now, but if they abandon the euro even, go back to drachma, they will simply devalue their currency. That will increase exports. It will hurt Germany. Germany doesn't want to see this, but for the Greeks, it might be the way out, that they're never going to be able to dig themselves out of this problem.
Well, that's right. So, I mean, there's, 72% of, the debt is owned by the ECB and IMF. If they just walk away from the problem, then it's not their problem anymore.
Right.
They take the debt, they wipe it clean, they go, like you said, and devalue and go to a drachma or even the Greek euro or whatever they wish to call it. But that's the real alternative for them. But I think there is a political will in Greece from the people in Greece and also from Europe to try and keep this together as best they can.
Yeah, they want to stay in the Eurozone. All the polls seem to suggest that.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, the Greek people aren't, looking to sever a 30-year relationship with the Eurozone, but it is getting to a point now where, the A plus B has to equal C a little bit, and it's just not there.
We don't see run on the banks that often, and we don't quite have a run on the bank yet, I don't think, in Greece. Is there a scenario over the next week or so, there was a concern that would start to accelerate? 4 billion euros, I think, left the country last week alone.
Sure. Okay. Well, the issue is the store of value in the Greek economy right now is the euro. That's why people are hoarding it, and they're not trusting the banks with their euros. They'd rather take them out and keep them under their mattress, because that's the better store. Because the difficulty is if they go to a parallel, an IOU currency, a drachma, the drachma will devalue, it'll be worth less, and maybe half as much as what the €1 was worth before. So until they resolve the situation, there is an element that they will carry on running on the banks.
And finally, we don't hear about a contagion here in the U.S., but there's now word that Russia is starting to get its fingers a little bit in the Greece situation, and that's starting to worry the United States. We need to be concerned?
Probably not. I mean, it's just these political movements. Russia seems to be antagonizing a number of people economically a lot. They will look at financing deals. Could they be the pickup, get some leverage there? But I don't think the U.S. policymakers would be unduly concerned just yet.
Okay, Benjamin Alderson from Devere. Thank you so much.
No problem, thanks.